How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have an updated Stage 4 Team Affinity prediction video. I'm going to be predicting all 30 Stage 4 Team Affinities within MLB The Show 20. Now, really quickly, we do not have an update on when Stage 4 will be released. I made a video about this about a month and a half ago, maybe even longer, honestly. And I was mistaken. I was way off on my timing. I thought we would have it a little bit sooner. I was prepared and I'm still ready to go for Stage 4. I have all Stage 3 Team Affinities maxed out at 100%. And I'm going to be going through, some options on what I think the program will be. Previously, when I predicted this program, I was predicting some legends. I was predicting some players like that. And a lot of those guys have already been released into MLB The Show 20. And I wanted to give a big shout out to NFG and JPro Gaming. I will go ahead and link their Twitters and their social media down below in the comment section. But huge shout out to this amazing card art. We're going to be predicting finest players and potential postseason guys as well. I know the postseason's still going on. And we kind of saw this late in last year's game around the same time frame in October. So I wasn't sure, are they going to release some finest packs and some finest players like they did last year? Or is it going to be Stage 4 Team Affinity? And I think it will end up being Stage 4 Team Affinity. And a lot of you guys predicted that in my last Stage 4 Team Affinity video. So I quickly want to go through all the teams. They're going to be a little bit out of order. But once again, big shout out to NFG and JPro Gaming for that card art and those graphics. So for the first prediction, we're going to go ahead and select Cole Calhoun. Maybe David Peralta, but he was already included in this program. But that's one thing to keep in mind. The player will be unlocked at 240 program stars within these Team Affinities. And some of them might be similar to some Tops Now cards, or they might already have, a face of the franchise within the program. For the Braves, I think we're getting a finest Freddie Freeman. If he is like the main MVP or whatever, then we might end up getting Marcell Ozuna. For the Orioles, I'm thinking Hanser Alberto, or we might see Anthony Santander. Those two guys are probably the top of my list for the Orioles in terms of finest players. Red Sox, we're looking at Xander Bogaerts, as we saw from the card art in the a couple minutes ago or a minute ago from NFG and JPro. They both had Xander Bogaerts included, and I think that would be the best choice. It could also be Rafael Devers, but he already has the face of the franchise card. So there are a few things to keep in mind here. For the Cubs, I think we end up getting a Yu Darvish. We see our first pitcher here. Potentially, we could also get Ian Happ, Anthony Rizzo, Wilson Contreras for hitters. For the White Sox, I'm thinking we're going to get either Jose Abreu or Tim Anderson. I'm kind of leaning towards Tim Anderson in this case. Jose Abreu recently got a Tops Now card, and I know I'm going to be saying that a lot. That's why I was kind of confused on how they're going to release these finest cards when they went with a lot of the same finest players. For the Reds, I think we're getting a finest Trevor Bauer. This would be the only card that makes sense for me. I expect Joey Votto to be released this Friday. For the Indians, I think we're going with Cesar Hernandez, Lindor. We might see Jose Ramirez. He already has the finest within the Prestige XP reward path. Potentially Shane Bieber. For the Rockies, I think Raimel Tapia would be the best card or the best choice there. Potentially Trevor Story. He already has, a headliner card. Maybe Nolan Arenado. I know he hasn't had as great of a season as he did a couple years ago. But for the Tigers, this is where I start to wonder. I'm a Tigers fan. I don't think any of their players deserve a high overall. And I think they'll end up getting Heimer Candelario or Miguel Cabrera. But Miguel Cabrera could end up getting the Triple Crown card from a few years ago. For the Astros, I think we're getting Michael Brantley or Kyle Tucker. Royals, I'm thinking got to be Alberto Mondesi or Maikel Franco. Those are the two names that come to mind in terms of Royals. I know we got Whit Merrifield last year, I believe, and we also had Whit Merrifield in the face of the franchise legend program. Actually, we might not have had Merrifield as the finest. I'm not exactly sure. But for the Angels, we have David Fletcher, I think, is the potential finest card. Once again, though, I don't know how these cards will fit in terms of this last slot for the Team Affinity. I think that, they could also go with these cards in packs but I just don't know what this last stage would be then. For the Dodgers, I think Mookie Betts or Corey Seager. We already have, a Corey Seager card. I think Mookie Betts will be the better choice there. For the Marlins, we're looking at Brian Anderson. Once again, he got a finest card in last year's game. For the Brewers, I think we see another pitcher here. I think we see finest Brandon Woodruff, and that card's a pretty good pitcher. He might be deceptive. He's a good silver card that I think got upgraded to a gold throughout the year, but Brandon Woodruff would be a great selection there. For the Twins, I'm thinking we get either Kenta Maeda or Eddie Rosario. I think that those two might be the best choices for the Twins. I know we recently got, a boosted up Byron Buxton. He's already face of the franchise player within that program. Anyway, for the Mets, I think we get Michael Conforto. Same type of thing. He was already a face of the franchise diamond, but he's performed the best in terms of their team, as well as DeGrom. I think Jacob DeGrom could easily get another finest card there. For the Yankees, we're probably going to get DJ LeMahieu again. He's gotten the finest card, last couple of times, and I think we could also potentially get Garrett Cole. I know that Garrett Cole had a finest card in last year's game. So that's the thing, is a lot of these cards will be repeats. It just depends on what they decide to go with for Stage 4. For the A's, I think we could get another pitcher here, Chris Bassett or Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien, he was an MVP caliber player last year, and he didn't really have that good of a season, or at least as good of a season. But that's why I'm thinking Chris Bassett there. Anyway, for the Phillies, I think we get JT Realmuto again. Could very easily be Aaron Nola, but I'm pretty sure he just got a Topps Now card as well. And, some guys we got to go with the Topps Now, or some guys we got to predict as the same as a Topps Now player, and some guys we might go with a different player because they don't have, a higher overall diamond, and they're still having a good season. That's kind of where I'm going with that. But for the Pirates, we might see Colin Moran. I couldn't really think of anybody else besides him. For the Padres, we got a couple options. Dinelson Lamet, Fernando Tatis. It would be cool to see, a free one or a card that you can unlock for free. Could also see Zach Davies, who I played against in high school. Kind of interesting. Manny Machado as well, but he also recently got upgraded to a 90-plus card. For the Giants, I think we see Mike Yastrzemski or Donovan Solano. Those are two cards that I would like to have, or two cards I think a lot of Giants fans would like to have, even though I'm not a Giants fan. Those guys definitely have, a pretty good season, and they're young players. Same type of thing here with the Mariners. Kyle Lewis would be a great card to have. I know we got a Topps Now one, so maybe Marco Gonzalez in terms of pitchers. Cardinals, we might see, Colton Wong here. I think that would be a pretty cool card. Maybe another Adam Wainwright. It's kind of doubtful. Maybe a Paul Goldschmidt, also kind of doubtful. I think I'm leaning towards Colton Wong there. Tampa Bay Rays, we got Brandon Lowe. We got Willie Adames. I think that's who we're going to get. Willie Adames or Ryan Yarbrough. I think that would be a great selection there. Another, pitcher or at least reliever. Rangers, I think we get Lance Lynn. I don't think that there would be really any other option for the Rangers here. Lance Lynn definitely deserves a higher overall card, and he's performed really well. He got upgraded to a diamond, I'm pretty sure, throughout the year, but he did really well. For the Blue Jays, I think we're getting Lourdes Gurriel Jr., maybe another Vlad Jr., but I just don't see it. I'm kind of hoping they bring back, a juiced Vlad card. That would be pretty cool. And for the Nationals, I think there has to be only one choice here, and that's Juan Soto. Even though he was the face of the franchise diamond, I think a lot of people want another finest Juan Soto, and he performed the best on the Nationals, along with Trey Turner. We could also see Trey Turner get another high diamond overall card. But basically what I did was go back into, MLB The Show 19. Some of these cards were selected as a fan vote. Us as the players might be able to, or at least, players of the video game, we might be able to vote on some of these cards through MLB The Show Nation. We could see a variety of these types of options and actually vote for the Stage 4 Team Affinity. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. We might not be able to predict these cards as much because we're also going to see postseason cards. We're going to see, possibly that fan vote again, and then it would be really tough to predict. But I hope that that's kind of what we see. At the same time, though, about a month and a half ago, I was thinking more legends for Stage 4. I thought that might be a better route to go. to make those team affinities more valuable and just to include more higher overall diamonds, I'm just not so sure about how I feel about, these finest cards or these potential finest cards being in the program. So let me know what you all think. I'm curious to see, what are your thoughts in the comment section down below. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I'm College Lefty. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.